All right. Time to get it in. Time to get it in. Let me move this a little bit. Time to get it in. All right. All right. Okay, let's see if we can do this bike and do this video at the same time. Peace forever and always, and welcome to another spontaneous broadcast of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother. Number one. Springtime, summer. A lot of us, we made New Year's resolutions to get in shape, do a little bit more exercise. In religion, they say, I have been blessed because 4 years ago, around this time, I was diagnosed with blood cancer. And I was given a year or less to live. And I decided to go ahead and die. Get it over with. I refused the modern treatments, and I refused the advice of holistic medicine. And I got the paperwork and did what I need to do. When you know that you're dying, get your act together, get your affairs together, and that's the end. So time goes on and on and on. And I really believe some of the medical team that I had, it was about money. They was trying to make, because if I have if you think that I have a year to live, why you want to keep milking my insurance if I have a year to live? I just decided to die. Get it over with. Well, I guess somebody wanted to punish me. Because, you know, sometimes death is a blessing because it takes you out of your misery. It takes you, it's not suicide. This is an ailment that I cannot control. I just decided not to do anything about it. It is what it is. 4 years later, I'm making a YouTube video on an exercise bike. Because I do want to be able to stay healthy as possible so I don't have to depend on others. That's one reason. And another reason is because there's a monetary incentive from the insurance company. They would give you a sort of funds if you exercise. So I'm doing what I need to do in order to try to stay a little healthy. And also, like what y'all, a lot of these folks love to say, I'm getting paid. All right. Also, it fits right into the theme that I have been doing my best to maintain. A few years ago, we created the theme called After the Purge Comes the Healing. The purge is always continuous. It's always continuous because we can fall victim, no matter how healthy we believe we are, we can fall victim to sickness, and some of us are sick and you don't even know it. But right along with the sickness, we should be able to have a healing or take some type of action to help cure the sickness. Now, I'm on the exercise bike, and some of you go to the gym. We lift weights, and we run and jog, and do those things that we need to do to look physically beautiful. That's what we do. Spring, summer, some of us, we want our physical body to look good as possible so we can show off this physical body on the beach. I want to look good. I know my biceps look good. I know the fatty looking right. Why keep all this fineness to myself? Let me strip a little bit and go down to the beach. Show the folks. Show the men what I look like. Show the women what I look like. Because I know I look good. I'm going to flaunt my physical body. And it is good to have such and build such self-esteem. It's a wonderful feeling. However, the purpose of our video is not physical building of the body, because we see and we know what to do. Eat healthier, exercise. We know how to treat this physical body. But one thing that we laugh about and we giggle about and we don't take in consideration, what's the sense of having a physical, a flesh, what's the sense of having a physical body that looks good, but the mind is ugly? Your behavior is foul. Your behavior is questionable. Your behavior, our behavior is nasty and vulgar. In our community, there is a fear of mental health. There is a belief, ain't nothing wrong with me. And there's a stereotype or a stereotypical view of what mental health is. Because when we think about somebody that's mentally ill, we think about people in the insane asylum. They done gone crazy. That type of thing. The reality is most people diagnosed with mental illness don't commit crime. The majority of people that commit crimes are considered sane. They are the violent ones. This is the reality. There are more people in prison, more people in jail than in mental institutions. It is the same people. It is y'all who claim ain't nothing wrong with me. You are the one in the prison. You are the one in the jail. You're the one have the most problem, but ain't nothing wrong with you. The Department of Mental Health, the American Psychiatric Association, says that the majority of human beings on this earth suffer from some form of mental disturbance. And if you look at the human family, regardless of color, you will see a life form that's insane. Mental disturbance is more than schizophrenia, bipolar, ADHD, and all this other stuff that we hear about, and we laugh. Mental disorder is also our greed, our selfishness, our arrogance, our lack of character, our lack of honesty. But we don't view that as mental illness. But it is. Because those things make the physical body, no matter how good you think you look, no matter how you talk, it makes you look ugly. But we don't take these things into consideration. We talked about this in earlier live stream. It really comes out when we get angry. Because when we get overly emotional, the real us comes out. And we get to see a person for who they truly are. There are people, no matter how angry they get, because that's just not them. They won't cuss you out. They won't disrespect you. These things, they just won't do it because that's just not them. You have Caucasian people married to black folks, and when they get angry, they will call that black man, that black woman, the N-word. Because it's always there anyway. It just put in the back. We're putting on a show. We look pretty in the physical body, but you have no character. You a liar and a thief and a deceiver. You a scammer. And we fail because we know how to, and we attempt to build this physical body, but we spend no time dealing with the mental, because ain't nothing wrong with me. See, you can try to hide the mental for a certain period of time. You try to hide. See, the physical body, you can't hide. If you're fat, you're fat. You're out of shape, you're out of shape. People can easily see that. It's hard to hide your physical appearance. Some of us, we use plastic surgery, wear certain clothes to try to hide our body. And the same thing with mental illness. There are some of us so foul and grandiose and narcissistic and arrogant. But when you first meet people, they smile in your face. They smile in your face. And they pretend to be something they're really not. Deceivers, because many people looking for something. Unfortunately, in our sane world, because you claim, you said that you're sane. But these same people are predators because they want something from you. You got something that they want. And if they cannot get what they want, they throw you away like toilet paper. It's all about me. I have some children, some grand relatives. It's not their fault. Very, very selfish. And as their uncle, you try to do things for younger children. But they have not been taught to value nothing. And they call you only when they need something. We are in the age of technology. You can send a text just to say, what's up? A short phone call. Stevie Wonder had a song. I just called to say I love you. And that's it. Love you, Unc. We become inhuman. So there's no family. Even among biological people. I notice when somebody is in need, they always in your face. But as soon as they get comfortable, you don't hear from them no more. Because they don't need you no more. And I don't like that. I would rather be by myself forever than mess with people like that. They only like you because you can give them something, do something for them. I will attempt to try to talk to my younger relative about this. But what they don't understand, just because people are related, we don't owe you nothing. I don't have any children. I don't owe nobody nothing. And even if I did have children, I don't owe them nothing once you turn 18 years old. I don't have to give you nothing. A lot of rich people are giving their wealth away, not to their children. You got to make it the way I made it. They're not giving you anything because that's theirs. You have families fighting over money and other property that don't even belong to them. You didn't even give a damn about that person. And then they died. That was my uncle. I deserve such and such. Not gonna give you nothing. But what the point I want to make here is it's all mental sickness. And in the black community, we don't take mental illness seriously. We laugh at the severe forms of mental disturbance, but narcissism is acceptable. Arrogance is acceptable. Hoarding, if it's money, is acceptable. The hate that we show them, that's acceptable. The things that we do, it's acceptable. I think that's Lunch Break Chronicles. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Lunch Break Chronicles. See, I'm probably the only channel where I tell people I got a problem. But I am constantly trying to work on myself so I can be better. You cannot be better taking a bath in a cesspool. You cannot get better. These persons swim in the cesspool and come out, I'm clean. How are you clean when you're taking a bath in the cesspool? I'm clean because I'm a Muslim. Well, if you clean being a Muslim, why you have to pray to Allah 7 times a day and you ask Allah, keep me on the right path. Help me be upright. If you upright and you're on the right path, why you need to waste God's time by asking God 7 times a day to help me? Because you're not. Because you're not. Even in Christianity, it talks about carrying the cross. There's a cross to bear. And you ask God to help you. But if you got it like that, what you need God's help for? The reality is we suffer from these sicknesses and we ignore them, and it becomes worse. And other people who are sick, they will help you feed that sickness because they're sick too. And so that's why we have humanity all over the earth. Violent. A bunch of dope fiends, drunks, porn addicts. And the list goes on and on because you're dealing with a humanity that is sick. And all the Qurans and all the Bibles and the Torah, all our religious teaching has not helped humanity in all these thousands of years. The Bible and the Quran is supposed to help you heal mentally. Very few of you actually embrace these books and learn the lessons. The majority is all a show. It's not real. And we know it's not real because when you get angry, when you get upset, and when a real problem comes, you can't deal with it. It's like a child learning how to count, but actually cannot count. You know how to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you don't know how to apply what you learn. So it's the same thing. And I'll say this in conclusion. To my knowledge, those who are recovering from alcohol, and drug addiction, the first thing you are taught is you must confess, I'm a drug addict. You must confess, I'm an alcoholic. If you cannot confess that's what you are, then it makes no sense to continue the rehabilitation. It's all a show. We don't think there's nothing wrong with us, but clearly there is. We blame other people. Oh, it's the white man. We love that. You ain't been a slave in over 100 years. It's the drugs, it's the alcohol. We got to find somebody to blame instead of ourselves. Nobody forcing you to drink alcohol. Nobody forcing you to do drugs and watch pornography. White folks barely mess with you in 2024 the way they did 50 years ago. But you don't want to blame. You don't feel there's something wrong with you. Can't get along with nobody. Overly emotional over anything. Can't talk to nobody. The so-called civilized people are the most savage. So-called savage people or primitive people has never caused the destruction on this planet like so-called civilized folks have. Primitive people don't have jails and prisons. They don't have dope fiends and porn addicts. These are the primitive. These are the savages. So how the hell are you better than a tribe living? They don't have the sickness. They don't have the cancer and the leukemia. They don't have all these illnesses that you have, but you're better. We embrace some of these teachings. And when we talk about teachings, teachings is beliefs. And we gravitate because some of these teachings do have some facts. But it's called beliefs. And these beliefs take us out of reality. That's what a mental illness is. A mental illness is a mindset that takes a person out of reality. These teachings is acceptable insanity. If everybody believed in pink elephants, that would not be a mental disorder. It would be acceptable because a lot of people say, yeah, I saw those pink elephants too. There's no such thing as pink elephant. But if people claim, say, I believe in the pink elephant, now it's acceptable. Because a group of people say, yeah, I seen the pink elephant too. They believe they saw and see the pink elephant. And so we are surrounded by people who are out of their damn mind. But they think they're not sick because thousands and thousands of other people believe the same thing. I don't care if almost every human being on the planet believes in something stupid, believe in a lie. That does not change the lie. That does not change how stupid it is. You have a bunch of stupid ass people, like history will bear witness, bunch of stupid ass people condemning those who see that this is stupid, that this is a lie. a few hundred years or 1,000 years ago, somebody like me talk the way I do, I would be ostracized. I would be mocked. Of which that's what they do. They do that now. That has not changed. But they outright murder people like me. Because we see through the illusion, through the deception, through the lies, religion, spirituality, all these teachings and beliefs, these are things designed not by God. These are things designed by men to control other human beings. And wherever you find religion and spirituality, you will see the people under control. You will see docile people content in their oppression. They won't fight against wickedness, injustice. They're waiting on their God. They're waiting for angels. They're waiting for another time when they die. Some divine circumstance. Instead of fighting that which has them under oppression. And this is what we see. There's a reason why over 100 of my channels on YouTube have been terminated. There's a reason why not only myself, but some other people who speak truth, reality, not only truth, the reality, bring us reality. They purposely make sure and do all they can that you do not hear my voice. They want to keep you in la-la land. They want to keep you as a slave. And that's all you see. You're always following somebody. You're never a leader. You always got to follow somebody. You always got to grovel to somebody. You always got to bend to somebody. Get on your knees to somebody. You're never a full functioning man and woman. You're always in the slave position. And I'd rather be dead than continue to be anybody's slave. I'm not going to worship no man. I appreciate your help, but I'm not worshiping you or your God or your dog or nothing. I thank you for your assistance. I respect you for your help. I owe you nothing. Why are you helping me? Because you want something from me. I help people. I'm not looking for a reward. I'm not looking for you to follow me and praise me. I'm looking to help us get us out of this condition. You asking folks to follow this person, this divine person, Noah Joe Ali or Elijah Muhammad or whoever these folks is. Slave teaching. You would think after 300 years of slavery, we wouldn't want to follow and serve nobody. But this goes to show that you still have a slave mind. You need somebody. You need something to serve. Somebody to follow because you're a slave. And we don't do that here. I'm not here to continue to be what I was. I'm here to try to do better. And you can't do better unless you accept that I'm a drug addict. You got to accept I'm a narcissist. You have to accept I'm arrogant. You have to accept I don't know it all. If you cannot accept those things, you can't grow. You can't do no better. And that's why you have not done better. With all your teachings, you're still not better. Just a bunch of people flossing, perpetrating a fraud. Not all. Some of you understand your teachings and your beliefs, and you actually practice those things. And I never have problems with you. I have problems with those who are fake, because this truth hurt them. Because they know that I know they're not real. And those who are fake have a hatred for those who expose the falseness that they put on social media. There's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with saying, I never looked at things that way. There's an old saying, how do you know if you don't try it? We don't try nothing. We don't try nothing new. I'm going to say this and get out of here. There was a Jamaican sister when I was 18 years old. There was a Jamaican sister that invited my family to their house for Jamaican meal. And she asked me, what you don't like? She didn't ask me, what do you like? She asked me, what you don't like? And I told her, I don't like potatoes unless they French fries. I don't like potatoes, but I like French fries. And I don't like beets. She said, that's what we're going to have. This gonna be a meal, you know. I don't know. She said, you would like. I doubt it, lady. I know, because I don't like potatoes. I don't like beets. She said, you like. And I love Jamaican food. But now it was time to try her beets and the potatoes. I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm going to tell her the truth. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell her, I don't like this crap. Because I told you, I don't like beets. I don't like potatoes. I tasted the beets. I tasted those potatoes. I'm in love with beets and potatoes right now because of that Jamaican sister. She threw down. I don't know what she did to those potatoes and to those beets. She threw down. But I wouldn't know that unless I gave it a try. Here we are. We have something that we have not tried that's new on our plate. A vision, a mindset that we call Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign. I don't like that. You don't even know what it is. You don't even know what it is. They cannot even explain it correctly because you don't know what it is. Don't want to know what it is. Because I don't like potatoes. I don't like beets. You don't even know what it is. Don't even want to try it. And you don't want to try it because you might like it. It will produce the results that you claim that you always wanted. And you don't want to give me any credit for nothing. If I gave somebody else the credit, you might take a look at it. See, you can't give God the credit, because I'm going to tell you, it didn't come from no God. It didn't come from Master Farad Muhammad. It didn't come from Elijah. It didn't come from Noah Joe Ali. It didn't come from Marcus Garvey. It didn't come from John Henry Clark. So you bias and you prejudice. But if you gave it a taste, You probably like potatoes and beets. We invite people to bring your solution, which many of these things we already tried as a people. We tried the teachings of Elijah Muhammad for almost 100 years. And Noah Joe Ali and all these things that we have. We've done that. Civil rights legislation. We've done all those things. Look where we are. That's not my fault. Look where we stand. You want to keep doing those, and you keep getting the same result. That's a sign of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's insanity, my friend. When you fix it on a car, and when this wrench don't work, you reach into your toolbox and try another wrench because this one don't fit. Now you do have idiots, and I said idiots. You do have some folks that, man, why? Oh, this gotta work. Why don't you try another? I know this work. You need a different size, brother. No, I know this work. But we don't think we have a mental illness. Even animals, when they get trapped, they'll try one way, and they see that's not working, then they'll try to find another way to get out the trap. Even if they have to bite off their own leg, bite off their tail, I'm getting out of this trap. We're still in the trap because we believe there's only one way to get out the trap. And you still in the trap. Mental illness is real. And you don't have to go to an insane asylum because you're already living in the biggest insane asylum. Somebody put up a post on Facebook and called the earth a large insane asylum. And it's believable. Full of crazy, disoriented, mentally ill people. Confused. Accept reality, my friend, is much easier. I want to send a shout out. This broadcast is not simulcast, so I can't send a shout out to Facebook. I will probably put this on my Facebook later on. So shout out to my Facebook. Shout out to the other YouTube channels. Shout out to all those who support and listen to this broadcast. Because I can confess to my sickness. I can confess to error. Because I want to be better. I don't want to be wrong. I want to try to be righteous. How you going to be righteous and don't do anything right? So you'll never be righteous when you don't accept right. I'm probably more righteous than the majority of these religious believers. I know, in fact, I know I am. Because I accept my sickness. I accept my fault. I accept my error. And since I understand those things, I try to control, I try to heal those things. Because I want to be better. But since I'm perfect, ain't nothing wrong with me, you don't spend no time trying to heal your mind like some of us do our body. There must be balance. A healthy physical body should also coincide with the brain, with the mind in the same manner. If not, there's an imbalance. And that's what we see. Imbalance all over the earth in the human family. And the poor slave really got it bad. You don't know no better because only thing you know about is trying to follow other people in their sickness because you think that's right. Like your dog and your cat follow behind you and do stupid stuff because their master is stupid. Subscribe. Please share. I'm Angel Snubbing Up 7. Assalamu alaikum to our friend, Lunch Break Chronicles. Shout out to all those in the sky, as they say. Thank you so much. I'm trying to be the best human being I can be. And I'm not spiritual. And you know I'm not religious. I can say I believe that my life was spared to give me a little bit more time to help us. Because us need this message. You never hear me say, throw away your teaching, throw away your beliefs. That's not what I'm saying. Because if you really understood, my friend, your teachings and your beliefs is saying the same thing that I'm saying. If you understood it. I am a product of teachings and beliefs. That's why I'm here. I am a product of that. We come from the same place. The only difference is, and I say with all humility, I've advanced, I've evolved, matured, and you're still there. And that's why you're still in the condition, you're in the same condition that the Bible and the Quran found you. Nothing has changed. Because you really don't understand these books. These books take you to a certain place. And then you don't need them no more. There's no need for a Bible in heaven. There's no need for a Quran going to the hereafter. These books are meant to help guide you to the door. But once you develop and you qualify for heaven, qualify for the hereafter, you don't need that no more. Only as a reference point. Like many of you go to school and learn how to fix cars. You only go to your books for reference. As a lawyer, you go to the books for reference. You know your stuff. You don't need that no more. You passed. You got your degree hanging on the wall. Would you want to go to a doctor that don't know? He got to keep referencing books like, damn, you don't know? Why you got to keep looking at these books? That's what students do. You're no longer a student. Because when you have graduated and you qualify for heaven, and you qualify for the hereafter, now you have graduated from a believer to God. I could be wrong. Come here and teach us. Send a request, angelsnub7@aol.com. You can come teach us. I could be wrong. Come teach us. But you're going to have to expect interrogation. You better know your stuff. And most of these people, they really don't know. They just regurgitate what somebody heard, what somebody said, what they read in a book. They really don't know. Then they get angry at us because they don't know. Let's be honest. The majority of people have never really read the Quran, have never really read the Bible. Only certain parts. You haven't really read nothing. Let's be honest with each other. So that's why you cannot tell me I'm in error, because you don't even know. All that you know is some preachers sound good, and your grandmama believed in it, and your grandfather believed in it. Just because grandma and grandpa did it, do it make it right? No. Some of our grandparents was still riding horses and donkeys. I don't see you running around trying to ride horses and donkeys in your generation. You don't want to do that. Different time. There's a lot of things that our people done in the past because they was ignorant. They didn't know. We know better about many things now. They did things because they was illiterate. And they believed. They believed in many things. They believed in stuff they could not explain. So they made up an answer for it. They made one up because they didn't know. So I just make one up. That's what we have been dealing with for thousands of years. That's not my fault. My self-appointed mission is to help get us out of that primitive thinking. It's primitive. And that's why you still stuck where you at. Yeah, you moving. Just like a car stuck in a mud hole. The tire's spinning, but it ain't going nowhere. But it's moving only because the tires are spinning. But the car don't go anywhere. That's where we have found ourselves. We are in a car, stuck in the mud, stuck in the snow, cannot move. And if you want to continue to waste your time, because I've seen this as a truck driver, I've seen people they don't try to find a different way to get out of it. They just sit there, spinning the wheels, going deeper and deeper into the mud, going deeper and deeper into the snow. Got to wait on a tow truck because they wasted the possibility of getting out the mud on their own. And that's what you're doing. Waiting on a tow truck. Be my guest. You waiting on AAA service. Be my guest. Those of us who know better, we know how to change our own tires. We know how to get out the snow and the mud on our own. We prepared for that. Except reality, my friend, is much easier. I still got like a 40 minutes on this bike, I'm going to do this, get this workout in, and I'm going to get paid. I'm going to report it. Insurance company going to pay me for this, and I can prove I've done it. I'm on video doing it. So they can't say, how do we know you did any exercise? Boom. Boom. YouTube. Date, the time. Here we go. Boom. Again, assalamu alaikum, abaragani, hotep, shalom alaikum, all that kind of good stuff to everybody. Don't mean nobody no harm, but we just gonna have to keep things real. I'm Angel Snubbed Up 7, and as our ancestor, Don Cornelius used to always say in party, we wish you love, peace, and soul. And we are 45,000. All right. All right. Here we go. Turn this off.